Hi, this is Christian from SSW. So you've got your SSW.People site up and running and you need to create profiles. So I'll show you how to automate this process so you don't have to do the manual tedious steps of setting them up. Let's get stuck into it. On SSW.People we have these great profiles which are easy to edit, but they're not easy to create and require many manual steps. So let's have a look at that process. If we go to the wiki, we've got this creating profile section. So we can have a look at some of the steps involved. The first step is forking the repository. So this is forking the SSW.People profiles. And then as we scroll down, we can see that we need to clone the repository. So this is either cloning it to our local machine or downloading it as a zip. And then the next step is creating a new profile. So in this step we can create our markdown file and images. But wait, we need to copy from an existing profile. So it's not easy just to create a blank profile. We need to copy an existing profile and then modify it to suit our needs. Once we've renamed the markdown files, all the folders, to all our first name and last name, and this includes all the images as well, then we can start uploading the files to our fork. So we can add our new folder, commit that to our fork, and then once we've done all that, we can edit the profile. So now we need to fill out the ID which comes from CRM, the main body. So here's an image of the CRM ID that we need to grab. And then we'll end up with something like this. So this is what an empty profile looks like. So just a bit of markdown. And then after all that's done, we can start editing our profile. Let's jump over to my SSW.People site and see how we've streamlined this process. So I've got my blank SSW.People site, so let's have a look at adding a profile. We'll have a look at some diagrams and then get stuck into it. So here we've got the diagram for the automated profile creation. It starts off in Dynamics, and the user triggers the Power Automate flow from their profile. This goes into the flow. The flow then pulls a GitHub token from the key vault. The flow then kicks off a GitHub action. The GitHub action downloads some blank profile images, just placeholder ones. And then it writes all those files and the profile to the profile repository. And it creates a pull request for this, so it's all ready to approve. So let's head over to Dynamics CRM and create a profile. So if I want to create a profile for a new employee, I can just go Flow, and then I've got a Create SSW.People profile. So when I click that, this will generate a new profile on SSW.People for this person. So I'm creating a profile for myself, and this will appear on SSW.People. And the user also receives an email. So if we have a look at that now, it's just been received. So here we go, here's my name. My profile has been automatically generated. Here's the link to my profile. So I've got to update my profile images because at the moment we just have the default images. So let's head over to GitHub and have a look at the pull request. So our GitHub action has created our new pull request. So if we have a look in here, we've got some files. So I've got my new markdown. It's filled in all my IDs, and we've got some images here. So these will be my profile pictures, and we've just got some placeholder ones there. So that all looks good. So I'm just going to merge that one. And that'll rebuild our site. So if we go to our SSW.People page here, when we refresh this, we should get my profile sitting there. So I'll just refresh here, and here we go. So it's added my profile. It's put some filters here based on the skills that I have, and we can open this, and here we go. So it's pulled all my information from Dynamics CRM, so all my skills, my titles, and if I click edit, that'll take me to my repository and I can edit my profile from here. If we click edit this file, we can see that we've got the raw markdown here, and we can see the front matter. Let's have a look at the Power Automate flow and see how that interacts with GitHub. So if we go over to our CRM solution, we've got our SSW.People solution, and here we've got a Power Automate flow, which is create SSW.People.profile. And this is what you'll need to create to have the automated profiles generate from CRM. So if we edit this flow here, and we can just expand these out. And we can see we've got a trigger here when a record is selected. This allows users to directly run the flow from their CRM profile. This is a couple of checks just to make sure that their details are filled in. Then gets a GitHub token. So this is needed to interact with GitHub. You need the API token. And then we have this HTTP post action. So this allows us to send a payload to the GitHub action, and you could do this in PowerShell, C#. It doesn't have to be a Power Automate flow. You could even do it through another GitHub action. And then if you want, you can add an extra email step, and this just notifies your new employee that their profile has been created, gives them a little bit of information, and a link to where they can find it. And that's all. This was Christian from SSW, and today I showed you how to automatically generate profiles without all the manual steps. Thank you for watching.